Now, my great-grandma was born in Bethlehem, and I tell people this, they're like, oh, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania? I'm like, yeah, that's the one. She was Amish. She grew up in the Holy Land next to Scranton. She knew the three wise men from Dunder Mifflin. Come on! Everybody knows Bethlehem, birthplace of Jesus, the savior of most people in this country. Yet if you ask most people in this country to point it out on a map, they're pointing to Pennsylvania. That's a problem. My niece asked me over Christmas. My niece is 5 years old. She said, where's Bethlehem? I was like, oh, here we go. I got to give her the simplest answer you can, a 5-year-old, but I also got to keep it real. So I was like, technically, Bethlehem is in Palestine. But America, we don't recognize Palestine as a country, so technically it's in the Palestinian territories, specifically the West Bank. It was part of Israel, but they handed it over to the Palestinian National Authority in 1995 under the interim agreement of Subpoint 5, Section 2 of the UN resolution at the Oslo Accords. Thanks, Bill Clinton. This was pre-Monica, never mind. Of course, before that, it was British Mandate Palestine, and before that, the Ottoman Empire, and before that, a conquest during the Crusades, and before that, another conquest, and before that, another conquest. My whole times back then, people were crazy. Before that, the Roman Empire, because it was a law. Before that, Judea. Shout out to my Zionists. Before that, the Canaanites. Yes, we Canaanites is what they did not say. I made that up. Before that, random tribes from Africa. Black Lives Matter. And before that, it was the dinosaurs, if you believe in those. Did they teach you those? And of course, before all of that, it was just lots and lots of rocks, which, as we know, belong to the Palestinians. Now, one could argue that it still is in Israel, technically, because Israel technically occupies the West Bank. But of course, Israel would say that's not the case, because that's illegal under international law, under many, many counts. Don't tell the UN. JK, they already know. Oh my God, it's a mess. Everybody knows. Literally everybody knows, except most of the people in the country that could actually vote to stop it. God bless Pennsylvania. Merry Christmas. And that was the answer that I gave her, and I think she liked it, because she immediately responded with, is Santa Claus real? I said 100% Santa Claus is real. We definitely recognize Santa Claus. She's like, what are you getting me for Christmas? I said, I gave you the gift of Palestine. What more do you want? People usually pay to see my shows. I gave it to you free of charge. She was like, free Palestine? I was like, exactly.